Orca Deco. Think home, think Orca.
Now, the Senate has summoned Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwa to explain the circumstances that led to the sacking of Dr. Joel Lutomia as director of KEMRI Center for Virus Research. Now, the senators want to know if due process was followed prior to the sacking, as our senior political affairs reporter Patrick Amimo now tells us.
The heat is turning on Cabinet Secretary for Health Mutahi Kagwa following reports that he issued orders to have Dr. Joel Lutomia removed from chairing KEMRI's rapid response team on COVID-19 pandemic, as well as director of the institution's Center for Virus Research. Dr. Lutomia was asked to revert to his role as a research scientist. A confidential dismissal letter from KEMRI's Director General Yeri Kombe accused Dr. Lutomia of failing to provide COVID-19 data in time on 17th April, when Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwa joined other CSS to receive a consignment of COVID-19 goods at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport that morning. Usually, the Minister of Health conducts its daily briefs in the afternoons. Kagwa has now been summoned to appear before the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on COVID-19 situation this week after Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala questioned Dr. Lutomia's sacking.
Explain the circumstances that led to the sacking of Dr. Joel Lutomia as the director at the Center of Virus Research in the Kenya Medical Research Institute.
In its weekly progress report, the Senate Ad Hoc Committee says the timing of Dr. Lutomia's dismissal was wrong and would likely affect morale of staff at the institution.
We will not support anybody who is trying to bring down the morale of our frontline health workers, our lab people, because they are doing an amazing job.
What the ministry has done is irregular. It just points out to the Jubilee government, which is incorrigible. It behaves like Nebuchadnezzar. You know, everything you could do, Corona was supposed to come so that at least we can change the way we do things.
I'm sure due process was never followed. I'm sure the right to be heard and other things were never followed.
This particular officer of KEMRI is very lucky that he was just being sacked. But in a number of public officers in this country, for the last 2 years, something strange, which, Mr. Speaker, we must continue observing and perhaps investigate. Those people are removed from office and then replaced. And then thereafter, the prosecution is not pursued further.
The Sakaja-led committee report states it is not clear if the properly laid down administration processes and procedures were followed prior to the dismissal of Dr. Lutomia. Some of Dr. Lutomia's colleagues suspect he was axed for championing for the rights of KEMRI's workers in regards to protective gear.
The minister must apologize to the country, because the first thing he should do is ensure that KEMRI is properly equipped. Kenyans were asking for a long time, where is KEMRI?
Many Kenyans have said, we might be wrong, but they have said that it might be linked, his removal might be linked with the fight for Mr. Speaker donor funds that is related to this emergency.
The Senate wants an additional funding of 790 million shillings be provided to KEMRI through a supplementary budget for use in bolstering